Dear students of class 10th English Literature, today our topic in this lecture 1 English version lecture is Torchbearers. Torchbearers is written by W.M. Reburn. Students, the name of the chapter is Torchbearers and the writer is W.M. Reburn, R-Y-B-U-R-N. I repeat it 2 times because I want to make you learn it because it is asked in the examination. Write the title of the chapter and the name of the writer. You learn the spelling of these two, both the writer and the chapter. T is capital and B is capital. You should learn how to write a title. Initial letter should be capital. W.M. Reburn, R is capital here. English class 10th students. Now the main thing is what is this title Torchbearers? Students, the writer of this story has a special writing style. First he tells us a story, and in this story he gives a message, and on the basis of that message he tries to make us understand what is citizenship, what is torch, and how can we should take with it. Now let's begin with this lecture 1, the torch bearers. Students, there is a story. Once upon a time, many centuries ago, there lived an old merchant. All his life he had worked hard buying and selling. Means there was an old merchant. He continued doing his business. He worked hard. He bought and sold things, and with its result, he earned a lot of money. As the years went by, means as the time passed, he laid by more and more riches, means he saved enough money. But the day came when he felt that he had not long to remain in this world. Students, when he was about to die, he thought that he would live no more in this world. So he began to wonder. Wonder means think what he should do with his money. Now he had 2 sons. He made up his mind. Made up his mind means he thought in his mind he would not divide his money between them, but that he would give it all the one who proved himself to be the cleverer of the 2. Students, that old businessman made a plan to give his money to only one of the sons who would prove to be the cleverer. Now the problem to be solved was that of finding out which of the 2 sons was the cleverer. Now it was very difficult problem before the merchant how to find out which one is cleverer. He decided to solve this problem by giving them a test. Calling the young men, he said to them, "Here are 2 rupees." Students, the businessman called for the 2 sons and ordered them to pick up the 2 rupee coins, 1 rupee coin each. "I want you to take 1 rupee each." And he told them that he wanted to give them 1 rupee each, and then to go out separately to buy something. And in this way the businessman wanted the young man to go to the bazaar or market and want to buy something which will be able to fill the house. You are not to spend more than 1 rupee. It was the condition that the sons were not allowed to spend more than 1 rupee. The 2 sons looked at him as if he had taken leave of his senses. He means father of the sons. The 2 sons were very perplexed, were very disturbed, and they thought that something had gone wrong with his father. He lost the balance of his mind. They thought, how can we possibly buy enough of anything to fill the house? The boys were thinking that it was totally impossible to buy anything with 1 rupee, and not only buying but also it would fill the house. It was impossible. They asked themselves, and they were reluctant. Reluctant means unwilling, means the 2 boys were unwilling to pick the rupees. They do not want to take those rupees, and they did not want to do anything according to his father's wish. But the old man insisted means but the old man pressurized them as he told them, "Off you go." Pressurized them to do according to his order and ordered to go from there. He said, "And don't take too long over the business. And one more instruction was given from the father to the sons, that they should not spend more time on this work. I expect you back in a couple of days. And the father told those two sons that they should come 2 or 3 days later. They should not spend much time on it. So each young man took a rupee and went out. The first one wandered, means roam through the bazaar, but nothing could he find which would in any way serve his purpose. I mean, that he was not able to find that would fill the house with 1 rupee. All day long he wandered about. He continued walking in the street, looking in all the shops, but nothing could he find. He became more and more certain that something had gone wrong with his father. He was sure that his father had gone mad. He was about to give up his search in despair. It means he was going to give up his search when he happened to see the bullock cart with a load of hay. Hay means dried grass of wheat. That looks hopeful. He thought, I wonder how much hay I can get for a rupee. He was thinking that most probably he would be able to buy hay for 1 rupee and it will fill the house. So with this hope, he went to the cart driver and inquired about the price of the hay. There was a good deal of haggling. Haggling means bargaining. He was minimizing the prices, and the car driver was not accepting this was haggling. But in the end he was able, means the first son was able to buy the load of hay for a rupee. This was in the days when a rupee would buy a great deal more than it will buy today. Students, you can think that it is quite impossible to buy anything for 1 rupee that could fill the house. But student, it was the story when 1 rupee had more value than it has today. So the young man led off the cart with the hay to his father's house, and he was hopeful that he piled it into the house. He was so hopeful, and he piled it into the house. He heaped up in the house, but when it was all in, when he put all the hay inside the house, he found that there was not enough. That hay was not enough to cover even the floor, let alone fill the whole house. Means he was thinking to fill the whole house, but it was quite impossible. The bitter situation was that in present situation, the hay he purchased was not able to fill the floor at all. Now student, here first son and second son are declared here, not the younger son and older son, so you get confused. When the second son went out with his rupee, he did not go straight away to the bazaar. Students, there may be any type of question, any one of these two in your examination. What did the second son do? What did the first son do? Now you see, what did the second son do? Second son didn't go to the bazaar, direct to the bazaar. And instead of doing that, in his place of doing that, he sat down and began to think what he could do. For a long time, means he continued thinking what he could do for a long time. He sat thinking about what he could possibly buy, and he continued to think how could he fill the house with 1 rupee. At length, as the time passed, at evening an idea struck him. He thought a plan. Taking his rupee, he walked quickly down the bazaar till he came to a shop where candles were sold. He spent his rupee on candles, of which he got quite a number. It means for a rupee he purchased a good number of a great deal of candles. Then taking the candles with him, he made his way back to his father's house. Means with all those candles he came to his father's house, and when he reached there, his brother was standing disconsolately looking at the hay spread out on the floor. He saw that his first brother was standing at the gate, and he looked very sad. A student, now there may be a question, in what condition did he find his first brother? It was now getting dark. Quickly the second son stood 2 or 3 candles in each room. Students, because of being dark, he set 2 or 3 candles in every room, in each room, and then he lit them. At once the whole house filled with light. A student, the result of that was the whole house was filled with light. In this way he proved that he filled the house for a rupee. He spent a rupee, that's why I used for. He spent a rupee and filled the whole house with light. Students, his father was very pleased with him, with that second son, and said, my son, you have shown true wisdom. I am ready to hand over all my money to you. And father pleased and was happy with the second son, and he did his promise complete, and he handed all his money to the second son. Students, the father gave all his money to the second son because the second son proved himself to be the cleverer of the two. Students, this was the story. In next lecture you will understand what is the significance of this story on our character and what is taught and what is to do. Now students, I hope that you have liked our lecture. If you have liked, please like, share and comment, and please to continue to watch the series of our lectures. Subscribe our channel, RSE Classes of English Language. Thanks.